Hello everyone, it's Lynn from Crafting Break, and I'm here for our Christmas Craft Along video number 2. And these are the 2 cards we're going to make tonight. Similar, but slightly different. And as a reminder, these are the 2 cards we made night 1, which was Monday. And these are coming from the Christmas Craft Along kit, which is using these products. Right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on these cards. Let's start again by pulling out the elements we're going to use. So yesterday we cut off the right side of this piece, so we're going to now use this piece tonight. And there's a green bow in your ephemera pack that came in that DSP. It's very, look, it's all falling apart here. If it's easier, after you pull this out, if you want to just punch your pieces out and put them in a little Ziploc baggie, and then you can just grab what you need as we finish the week. But here's the green bow. It's ever so tiny. We want that bow. And then we want in the ephemera pack, and again, I have mine all right here. I used Happy Christmas. So let's go ahead and pull that out. Those are the only pieces we need for that one. Over here it says Season's Greetings. So I'm just going to go ahead and find that one. And again, if you want to change them out and change, the sentiments, it's your card. You most definitely can do that. Let's see if I have another one of those that's already been punched out. If I don't, I might change mine, but I can go into the ephemera pack and pull out another one. I have Merry Christmas. Let's see. Okay, let's go get it. Oh, wait. Nope, that's 'Tis the Season. Okay, let's throw those to the side. Let's go into my ephemera pack here. And let's go find that one. I'm looking for Season's Greetings. Here it is down here. Okay, there's that one. Move those to the side. Back in our ephemera pack, we are looking for these 2 ornaments. There's that one. And this one. I'm about to lose my poinsettia, so I'm just going to put it on top. And I'm losing that one too. Okay, I think that's all we used there. Now last night, when we did this card, we cut off another element or another side piece, and that was this one. Now it does look different than this one, but I can't remember what card that came off of or what side it came off of. So we're going to change it, and we're just going to use this piece that we cut apart from the card last night, just to make it easy on us. So let me get these cards out of our way. And we will cut this basic white piece together and this basic white piece under here, and we will trim this paper down. And of course we will cut this one. So I think those are all the elements we need. I will pull out some some linen thread. Hopefully you have some linen thread as well. And I think that looks good. Okay, let me just kind of put these elements on these cards. And let's get our paper trimmer out. Now, last night, if you cut the paper, you will already have these pieces of paper cut. So I have some cut already, so I'm just going to go over the measurements with you. And I could just do that without my paper trimmer, honestly. It is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And that's both. Now, let me explain that again on these. Some of my cards, you'll see my layer is not, it's a little thinner. Like this is about 1/8 of an inch, not 1/4 of an inch. I'm changing those on these cards because I want to see more of the card base. Let me give you an example. Here's one with the measurements I just gave you. You can see how much more of the card base you see than on this one. So I've changed the measurement on the cards I'm making on these videos. And so you'll see this piece fits perfectly. Oh, wait, that's not the right piece. Let's not use that piece. Oh, that's right, because that's not the right size. It is the right size for this one. I got confused myself. Okay, and this will be the element we're going to use, or the piece we're going to need for this one. So again, just to remind everybody, the pieces I'm using are 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. If you don't want the 1/4 inch border on your card, just take up the cut by 1/4 inch. So you will go 6 by 4 is what you'll cut the white piece to, 6 by 4. But I wanted the extra 1/4 inch. Okay, now because of this, I need to trim this. Oh goodness, that was silly. I just shook that and I forgot I had an element on there, which was the tiny little green bow. Okay, pardon me while I go find that real quick on my floor. Hopefully I can find it. If not, oh wow. Thinks it happened on a video. Oh, found it. There it is. Gosh, Lynn, be careful. Okay, so let's get our paper trimmer out for this next part. Okay, I'm going to walk through this. Because again, this is 3 3/4. I want this to be 3 1/2. So that's here, but I don't want to cut it all off on one side. So I'm going to take that much off, and I'll tell you what, I just cut off 1/4 inch there. Hopefully I'm going to do this right. 3 3/4, so 3 1/2. That looks good. So I took off on one side about 1/2 inch and then 1/4 inch. All right, so that should be my 3 3/4 or 3 1/2. Sorry, that is my 3 1/2. And now you can see from right to left, that's a really nice length there. So again, let me go off. So basically we cut off 3/4. I cut off 1/4 on one side and 1/2 on another side. You can trim differently if you want, but that kind of gave me equal spacing on both sides of this ornament. Now we need to trim this way. And the height again of this card base is 5 3/4, so we want 5 1/2. So let's see if I go to 5 1/2 here, what that does for my bottom. That's perfect. Let's just take that chunk off right there. We don't need to worry about trimming the top. Now let's make sure everything looks good. Looks great. Boy, I got lucky on that cut. Okay, nothing like trimming paper live and hoping you get it right. Okay, is that all the elements we need? I think so. Oh, we need to trim that piece. That's right. So that goes the full length of this paper. So again, this paper is 5 3/4, so we need that to be 5 3/4. So let's pull this in. We're going to use this piece. Just a big little trim there. And then that looks to be 1 inch. Let me just make sure that's what I did. Yep, it's 1 inch. So let's cut 1 inch there. Oh, look at that nice little border. Let's use that hopefully for the inside of the card, if I remember. If I keep it together, maybe I will remember. I did that on another card. The card last night, when we cut the extra piece off, I forgot to do that on the camera, but I did just put it at the bottom of the card there. Sometimes when you have scraps, just stick it on the inside. Better than throwing it in that little recycle bin. Okay, I am going to start with, let's start with this card first. So I'm going to bring in my crumb cake card base. That comes from the pack of envelopes and cards. Okay. Oh, did I lose my little green ribbon again? Oh, there it is. Whew, my goodness. Let's glue this piece or whatever your adhesive of choice is. Let's adhere these together. Okay, well that one's done. That's all right. I've got plenty to choose from on my right side over here. Okay. Sometimes I just like to have that little extra white border on a card. Okay. Again, these are stickers, so I'm just going to pull the backing off. Whoops, sorry about that. I just hit the camera. Now, if you don't have fingernails, I only have one. Grab your take your pick tool and just lift off the backing with that. It's like the one nail I have is my pinky. Okay, this is going to go along the bottom. And you'll see the spacing is a little different because, again, I made this one a little smaller. See the space I have here? Okay, the green bow is going to go right here. I'm going to grab my silicone mat for this because I'm sure I'll make a mess. I'm really good with using glue because it's my adhesive of choice, but sometimes, let's see if my my little glue's not clogged. I just used it today for some other projects, but the lid is broken, so I sometimes have to keep putting a needle through it, and it is clogged. So let's just use regular glue. I just squeeze enough to get it started and just start doing dots. And I will get more than I need, of course, because this is so tiny. So I'm going to grab a pair of reversible tweezers that I think is a must in a craft room. And I'm going to, you see all that glue that just came out? I'm going to dab that off, even right here, because I do not want that all over my card. And let's put it on the project. There we go. And what's nice about this silicone mat, I think I've mentioned a few times, as it dries, I can just rub it off. Silicone mat, reversible tweezers, must in a craft room. Okay, I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop this element up. And those dimensionals are over here somewhere, I promise. And if they're not, I've got a craft room full of them. Again, really, where do things go? I don't know. How does this happen to me every time? You know, you just see them and then they jump up off the table and they run away. All right, that's okay. I have more in here. Oh, and guess what? I just found them. No answers, no answers. Okay. I'm going to use quite a few. You use however many you want to use. Don't laugh at me. If you do, I'm not even going to know. There we go. That's all I'm going to use. It's a big card. It's a big layer. It needs lots of dimensionals. The trash can is right there, so have that close by or you'll have dimensional backings all over the place, which we probably will anyway. Okay. Adhere that down. And let's grab some of these. Let's grab a large red one. Oops, there it goes. A green one, a medium size, and a small gold. There we go. Card number 2. And again, you can see how slightly different it is. I'm showing more of the card base on this one than I did on the original one I put together. And again, we can put something on the inside. So if it says Happy Christmas, let's see, what else? What choices do we have over here in our ephemera pack? Happy Christmas. Let's see. How about Merry and Bright? Let's use that. Let's see if I can. Oops, stuck to my finger. Oops. I'm saying oops a lot tonight. There we go. Cricket as usual. I'm not even going to try. There we go. Card number 1. Okay, let's move on to card number 2. Now, for this one, we're going to need some linen thread. So let's grab my linen thread. Actually, I have a pack right here that I started using. Okay, now I'm going to straighten that out a little bit. Now, you can see on these ornaments, there's little holes in them. So what I did is I wanted to look like the ornaments were hanging. So I'm just going to cut a couple scraps right there. And I'm going to feed it through that little hole. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Okay. We'll get to the bow element later. Okay, there's those. Now, this strip is going to cover up the twine. Now, on this card, you can see it's popping up a little bit because of the twine. So I'm going to do something different this time. I'm going to grab some glue dots, and we're going to adhere it with glue dots, the twine, so we can pop this whole piece up with dimensionals. So let's grab some glue dots. And I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool, and I'm going to grab the glue dot off of the backing. And I'm going to determine where I want my ornaments to hang, just to kind of get an idea of where I want to put the glue dots. So let me put this in camera more. So I want a glue dot about, let's see if I can hold that there. Here. Stay there. Stay there, my little friend. Stay there. Okay. And now I'm going to take my linen thread and I'm going to put it on that glue dot. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just kind of roll it off. Put it down. Okay. And if the linen thread's too long, we'll just trim it. Oops, let's not pull it all the way through. There's one, and there's two. Okay, now these ornaments, I kind of want that one to hang up a little higher. So let's unhook it from our glue dot, lift it up a little bit, and try that again. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to take some glue because I want to adhere my ornaments down. And I want them to be as straight as possible. You know, I guess it would have been easier to glue them down first and then attach the strings, but that's okay. And I do want to pick that one up a little bit and pull it up. Yeah, that would have been much easier. So if you're struggling, glue your ornament down first and then put your glue dot down. Okay, well, that doesn't go in there. Okay, let's trim the tops of these a little bit. Okay, now that's the hardest part of the card, and I could have made it a little easier. Sometimes, you know, I like to do things the hard way first. All right, now we're going to use some dimensionals and we're going to pop this piece up. And to be extra safe, I'm going to put a dimensional right on those because I know this paper is going to go across this area anyway. It's an inch strip. Okay. And I just think that would look a little nicer with, well, I want more string to show than that, so let's lift it up a little bit. Oops. Cricket as always. There we go. There. I don't know. I think I do like it laying flat, but maybe it'd help if I had not put that down so crooked. That's okay. We're going to stay with it. Okay, I'm taking the backing off of this. Some of them have, you know, a little bit of adhesive or stickers on the far right and left, so don't forget those pieces. Okay, season's greetings. I don't know, I do like it popped up too. I don't know, I like them both ways. Okay, let's pull our linen thread back. And let's tie some quick little bows. I think the bows will give it the extra look I feel like it's missing right now. Hopefully you don't hear that noise. My cat Teddy has the best timing of using the letterbox when I'm filming. All right, there's one. I mean, regardless, you get the gist of the ornament hanging down. All right, one more bow. Oh, that one was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it. Okay, make that pretty tight. And you know, you've kind of make it look as pretty as you can. All right, we're done with that. Oh, I don't know why I put those glue dots away. We're gonna need those again. Okay. Now because it's linen thread and it's a little tiny, the knot or the bow, I'm gonna take my glue dot and I'm just gonna roll it into a ball. And I'm going to put it right in the center. Might as well take both of them while I'm here. Look, that one's already started for me. And I'm going to put the knot of my linen thread bow right into that glue dot in the center of that ornament. And if you need to trim your tails, you can trim the tails on your bows there. Okay, there we have it. Let's grab our card base. Give that a good crease with our bone folder. And I'm going to glue this one flat, because I already have a popped up element on my card. There's no rule that says you can't have two elements that are popping up at different levels. Oh, so cute, so cute. And I'm not going to forget. Let's put that element inside too. It's not the full length of the card, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me. Again, I'd rather use the layer than toss it in or try to use the scrap in something else. Okay, let's finish it off with some of those beautiful sequins. And I just used a variety of them. I might use different sizes than I used on the original card. That's okay. I'm going to use, actually I have more mediums, so let's use a medium. And I'm going to use a small. And let's see, what color have I not? I'm not using blue on this cards. Oops, there you go. Well, wherever you want to land is where you're going to go. Well, not up there. That's not where you're going to go. I can tell you that. Okay. I kind of don't like where that one is. There. All right, there we have it. Card number 2 for the night. So these are the 2 cards we made. And again, you can kind of see the difference. This element has been popped up. I used a different piece because this is what came off of the card from the night before. This is a little bit different in the edging. Here, this is 1/8 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch. I went quarter. That might be even more than a quarter. Quarter and that might be a quarter. No, this is a quarter. I don't know why that board is so small. What is that? Let's see. That's not centimeters. Yep, that's 1/8. It's a little more than, it's slightly 1/8. Okay, there we go. Card number 2 for tonight. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. But we have 1 pack left for this Christmas craft along. If you get it late, don't worry. You can always go back and watch the videos. They're not going anywhere. Oh, I almost forgot. this card, we did put something on the inside. Let's do the same thing here. Season's greetings. Let's just do 'Tis the Season, because that's the first one I grabbed, and that goes nicely. I'll have to go back and do those, put these on for my original cards that I did. There we go. Now we're done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the cards tonight. Stay tuned for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday when I have 2 additional cards each night. And on Friday's video, I will include some gift tags as well as an extra bonus. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Bye now.